Right. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another Toolbox Tuesday. My biggest apologies this morning with the whole Google Calendar invite mix up. So today we have Sean from Chargezoom going to refresh a little bit. He's going to go ahead and present. So Sean, whenever you are ready. Thanks for being here.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for the intro, Cam, and thanks for everyone joining today. Let me make sure, let me go ahead and get the right screen up here. Screen one, I think that's what I want. And hopefully everybody sees my Monopoly man here. So guys, thanks so much for joining. I love Pay Compass. I'm repping your guys' swag right now. So shout out to Cam for sending that over to us. Today we're going to be talking about Chargezoom. Chargezoom is a tool to help you guys board B2B merchants, more specifically who do invoicing and who use QuickBooks. The first thing I kind of wanted to show you, this is a link that you guys can all go to right now, chargezoom.com/spiff. Something that we're doing right now that's really unheard of is we are actually paying just for you when you schedule a demo for your merchant and us. And I'm going to go through a demo of the software for you guys in a second. But just wanted to kind of kick things off with the exciting stuff, right? Everyone's always wondering, hey, what's in it for us, right? So we do pay a SPiff for referrals. Starting with just a demo, right? So just setting up a merchant to see Chargezoom will pay you $50, no caps or clawbacks or anything. And then we pay you more money when the merchant signs up. And then there's bonuses to unlock as well. This page here also has a link for our demo and onboarding calendar. And any other questions you guys have, like a lot of people ask about pricing, which I'm also going to get into today. There's a pricing link right here at the top of this page. So if there's one thing you walk away from today, from everything I say, just remember to go to chargezoom.com/spiff. And this is an agent-only page, right? A partner-only page, I should say. This isn't something that you can go to, our website and just click and find. You actually have to type this in. So feel free to go there and save that. So with that, I got a few slides here that I'm going to go through. Again, Chargezoom is a way for a merchant who you have that has a gateway, that has a live, mid, and they want to connect their merchant gateway. They want to connect their processing to their QuickBooks account. Okay, so when you hear a merchant says, hey, I'd love to hear what you got to say, but I'm already doing everything with QuickBooks. Perfect opportunity for you to bring up Chargezoom and let them know that you do have a solution, that you can save them a ton of money on processing and still have everything connected to their QuickBooks account. So with that, let's actually go through a live demo. And guys, I'll be sure to keep this super, super simple. When we talk to merchants, when we show them the demo, we keep things very short and sweet, make sure it makes sense, we're really here to help close that deal for you. Think of us as an extension of your sales and your support team. And we do the live support for the merchants as well. But enough talking. Let's actually do an example here. So Chargezoom, what I have up on the screen is an online payment portal that does a two-way sync with QuickBooks. Okay, I'm going to do an example here with QuickBooks Online. So let's do this from beginning to end, and I'll show you how it all works. So the merchant can go into QuickBooks, choose their customer, and pick a product and save an invoice. So I just saved this invoice for $350. And then when they're ready to process the payment, they can go into Chargezoom and not have to re-enter anything from QuickBooks. It's all gonna automatically populate over. All right, bear with me, I got timed out. one of our security settings, merchants always ask, hey, what type of security do you have? Right, so here you guys get to see it live and in action. It'll time you out if you're not using the account. Beyond that, we are certified by Intuit, so that's another value add for anyone wondering, like, hey, is this, is this a secure portal? Is it safe? It is certified by Intuit, so the answer is yes. But again, so that $350 invoice that I just made in QuickBooks, there it is, right? So didn't have to re-enter anything in. We can go ahead and select that, enter in the customer's credit card, and we can tokenize it in a vault here. We can add a surcharge percentage to the total of the invoice. And I know you guys all have questions about that, so I'll get more into that in a second here. But let's say we want to add on 3%. There's our new total. And we can go ahead and process this invoice. When I click submit, what's happening in the background is the payments going to the gateway. For this example, I am using NMI. We are gateway agnostic. So whichever gateway PayCompass uses, whichever gateways you guys sell, for the most part, it will work with. There's like a very few that we don't work with that we're actually adding on. If you guys have questions about that, let me know, and I could get more into that. But essentially, NMI just processed that payment. And in QuickBooks, this is the real important part. In QuickBooks, everything is going to automatically update. So now the invoice says it's paid. There's the transaction ID number from the gateway. And that surcharge fee that got automatically added on is added on here in QuickBooks now. Okay, if you remember, I only added on this concrete product, right, for $350, and then after we submitted the payment, this got added on. So hopefully that made sense, the two-way back and forth sync. Okay, let's talk a little bit about some other features here. We have email invoicing, we have subscription billing, right? But some really big value adds that QuickBooks doesn't have is we could go in, see all of our QuickBooks invoices here, select multiple at a time, and in a couple clicks, we can process all of them, or we can email all of them out with a Pay Now link. All right, so batch processing, batch emailing, that's a huge value add. The emails and the hosted payment pages are also customizable and brandable to the merchant. So when a customer gets the invoice and they click the link to pay, it's going to take them to a page that looks just like this, with the merchant's company name and logo at the top. There's their invoice, there's their amount. And again, if we do a surcharge here and enter in a credit card, that $145 will update to reflect the surcharge. And the customer is going to get a notification here about that surcharge. Let me zoom in on this for everyone. So there's the disclaimer about the surcharge. Now this is important, and everyone always asks, right? So we do what's called true surcharging. So we don't add a fee to the debit card, right? So the credit card fees can be eliminated, right, with that surcharge, but we have to give an option to the customer to pay where the surcharge doesn't get applied. So we have to be able to let them pay by debit without the surcharge, okay? We can add e-check as an option. E-check, we're not an e-check provider, we're not an ACH provider, but the gateways each have their own ACH providers, right? So any merchant wanting ACH and wants that QuickBooks integration, set up ACH on the gateway, all right? One more feature that I want to show, and this is one that a lot of merchants, especially ones that have repeat business, that do recurring billing, recurring invoicing, is going to be this customer portal. So this is a brandable portal right? So I just made it. I made an example here, and I just called it johnspoolcleaning.payportal.com. And this is something the customer, the cardholder, can log into and see their open balance. They can see their invoice history here. They can go ahead and add a new card and process that invoice, right? They can view past transaction history. If they're on subscription billing, they'll see their next billing date. And this right here is by far the biggest value add is the customer. Oh, look at that. I got timed out of this one too. The customer can go to my profile and update their own card information, right? So if you get a merchant, let's say you talk to a merchant, they say, hey, I'm already doing everything with QuickBooks. And you say, great, we can keep everything connected to QuickBooks and give you a ton of savings on your merchant fees, right? And then they say, well, I have all these customers, I have their cards saved already. How am I going to enter them in? Perfect. There's a customer portal. You give access to your customers to this, and they can go ahead and add their credit card in. That way, you don't have to call every single customer and say, hey, I need your card again. I need to update your card, right? You just send them this, they enter in their own credit card. If you set them up with ACH, that customer can enter in their own ACH information, and then that'll get saved to the merchant's Chargezoom account, okay? So again, this is for the customer to log into, view and update all of their information. So hopefully that's all making sense. Let me switch gears here and run through some more information for you guys. So let's talk next about the onboarding process, right? This is another big question that we get. So the onboarding process is super, super simple. Once you have a merchant with a gateway that wants to connect to QuickBooks, we can create an account and set them up same day, right? So same day that they have a gateway, we can set them up with a Chargezoom account. They can start processing and have everything integrated with QuickBooks. So we provide live onboarding support. We'll walk the merchant through how to get everything set up. And then they get access to live customer support, tech support as well. And another big value add is our team is all local. We're all in office on the West Coast. And if you call in, the biggest differentiator from us and any other tech company is if you call in, someone's going to answer the phone, right? You're not going to get stuck on hold. You're not going to get transferred a million times. Someone's going to answer the phone and help you out and help you solve your problem. So our process, qualify that merchant, right? Say, hey, I got a merchant that's using QuickBooks, that does invoicing, that needs to connect to their gateway. Perfect. Let's set them up with a demo. We do a live demo. It's either going to be myself or one of my colleagues doing the demo, and then you get paid $50 after that call, right? So $50 per demo, you get paid. If the merchant has a gateway and has a merchant account, we'll set them up with Chargezoom. We'll do the onboarding for you. It's a 15, maybe 20-minute call max to get them onboarding, and then you'll get paid again. So we'll pay you another SPiff after the merchant onboards. All right, so now let's talk about what types of merchants qualify for Chargezoom, okay? There's a huge opportunity out there of QuickBooks users, right? Desktop, 29 million, online, another 6 million. And then we also work with two other companies. We work with FreshBooks and Xero. Those are two other accounting softwares that we can connect to. So there's a huge market out there. And let me tell you, these are merchants who nobody's calling. These are merchants who are vastly underserved. They sign up for a QuickBooks processing account. QuickBooks hikes up their rates within a couple months without the merchant even knowing what's going on, right? And then no one ever calls them. No one ever lets them know, hey, there's other solutions out there. So huge opportunity. These are sticky customers that'll stay with you that hardly anyone is prospecting on right now. So let's talk about how to find them, right? Right here, this is a picture everyone's probably seen. We got a retail location, looks like some type of cafe or restaurant. And these types of retail locations have all kinds of hidden referrals in them that are B2B, that are doing invoicing and probably using QuickBooks. So go to your current relationships, go to your current retail shops, your restaurants, and ask them, hey, who does the furniture in here? I like the furniture, it's really cool. Who does all the plants? Who waters the plants? Who set up the lights? Hey, I see you got custom doors. Who set all that up? Right? Those are all hidden referrals. Those are all examples of other B2B merchants that probably do some type of service for the retail location and then drop off an invoice, right? And then go enter everything into QuickBooks. So perfect layups for you guys right there. Another good example here are your residential service merchants. Okay, we see these merchants all the time. They call in, we talk to them, we see them almost every day. We talk to someone in the residential service space. So, call your local, pool cleaning guys, your local pest control companies, roofing, flooring, HVAC, etc. A couple others that we've been seeing more and more lately. So here's another one for free. Are HOAs, right? HOAs and Chamber of Commerce merchants as well. So there's a couple for you guys, right after this meeting's adjourned, for you guys to make some calls on or go visit. All right, I am an attorney, by the way, in case you're wondering. Law offices of Chargezoom. All right, now let's talk about businesses prohibited by Intuit payments. So if a merchant signs up for Intuit payments, right, and they're processing with QuickBooks, QuickBooks is always tightening their rules and their requirements, right? And they're looping more and more businesses into high risk. So if you're a merchant who sells like camping supplies or hiking gear, they're starting to loop them into guns and firearms, and they'll shut your merchant account down without notice, and good luck trying to get a hold of anyone to find out why, right? So if you ever encounter anyone who's not necessarily like true high risk, but they might be considered by QuickBooks, those are other ones, to bring that up. Say, hey, QuickBooks they're always tightening their requirements. They might loop you into high risk. You might be at risk of getting your account shut down. Let's solve for that right now, right? And get you set up with Pay Compass merchant account, and then we got Chargezoom that'll keep everything integrated and keep your business up and running. All right, so pricing, that link that I gave everyone at the beginning of the call, chargezoom.com/spiff, right at the top of the page is pricing. So you can use that as a reference, but plans start at $20 a month. And then just go up from there depending on the features that the merchant's looking for. So for example, if a merchant wants to email out a Pay Now link, they're gonna be on the Automate plan, and that's going to give them access to email those invoices out. Some of the other features, most of the other features like surcharging, customer portal, subscription billing, etc., are all going to be on Enterprise. But use that website link as a reference. It's got like a breakdown of all the features and what plan that they fall under. Another cool thing is merchants can actually use Chargezoom without having QuickBooks. So for example, this comes up here and there a handful of times. Say a merchant's using NMI or Authorize.net, right? Awesome gateways. We love all of our gateway partners. But they might say, hey, I'm using Auth.net and I really don't like the invoicing capabilities. They're limited. So I just need something that, lets me email a custom link or lets me set up a customer portal. That merchant can use Chargezoom just with their auth.net account or whatever gateway they're using, right? They don't necessarily need a QuickBooks account. The advantage for QuickBooks users is that everything's going to update and it's going to sync automatically, right? We're certified by Intuit. I talked a little bit about that. It's a big selling point. We're actually featured on their website. A couple of other softwares that we work with are Xero and FreshBooks. Okay, those are two other accounting softwares just like QuickBooks. Xero just cut ties with Authorize.net. Authorize.net used to have a native integration, a direct integration to Xero, and they just removed that option. So strike on those ones while the iron's hot. If you know someone who's using Xero, I would say hit them up right now, because if they were connected using auth.net, that connection just got lost. So those are good ones to reach out to. Gateways, like I said, we work with almost every major gateway out there. There's like 2 or 3 that we don't, and we're actually adding those ones right now. So if there's a specific gateway that you're wondering about, let me know. And I can kind of go into which ones. Most of the major ones, right? Like NMI, Auth.net, FluidPay, etc. And we offer level 2 and level 3. So we do the interchange optimization. It's all automatic, and we do that in conjunction with those gateways too. All right, and again, as a reminder, we're paying SPiffs right now. Something that really has never been done before that you guys, should take advantage of is that $50 per demo. So just for setting up demo calls, there's a couple agents last month who were doing like 10 to 15 demos in October. So you do the math. They got a nice check at the beginning of this month. We just cut them a check, sent it out. So they got easy money just for setting up demos and it's not just about making the money, right? They kept their merchants happy, right, by showing them a solution. Some might sign up, some might not, but now they know what's out there, right? And the merchant can make their decision. And if they do sign up, you get paid again. All right, with that, I can go ahead and open it up to some Q&A. Cam, I think I see one question in the chat. Jason asked, I ran into a retail bicycle shop using QuickBooks POS. Good question. Can Chargezoom integrate with QuickBooks POS? No, we actually don't have a point of sale integration. Strictly card not present, invoicing, merchants only. So if this bike shop or any retail location, maybe they do like repairs or something, right? Or maybe they, supply like multiple items to, other locations or something, and they send like an invoice out. That's where we can help, but we can't help with like the walk-in retail locations. All right.
Anyone else have any questions? You can go ahead and unmute yourself or type it in the chat.
Hey, Sean, I know you had touched on the surcharging capabilities, which would be a good solution for those B2B clients. For like landscapers, for example, that may work with a lot of residential. Any thoughts of putting together like a dual price sort of present like experience for the customers? That way the merchant can offer a card price versus say a ACH or a cash price to eliminate debit and credit fees.
Yeah, currently no plans to do that. I don't want to go too far into the weeds, but essentially we really wanted to get Visa's blessing, if you will, on our offering. So they really were the ones who advised us just to do the surcharge feature.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate it, everyone. Oh, and then real quick, cheers to everybody too.
Hey.
And thanks for all the swag.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Awesome. Take care, guys.